Yo, what is good, guys? My name is Manalo, and we're gonna be doing a Canary SB custom on these white diamond dunks. And you know what, guys, I actually made a lot of mistakes doing this custom, and I wanted to record the full process from start to finish, even with the failures, so you guys doing the custom won't repeat my same mistakes. So I know for the Canary SBs that retailed, they did not have a shiny crocodile print, but I wanted to apply this high gloss finish on the crocodile print just to pay tribute to the original from 05, the real diamond dunk. Alright, so for this custom, we're just going to be using straight yellow out of the bottle for this custom. So for this custom, we are only going to be using the color yellow and mixing it with Too Soft, which is a fabric medium. This will help our paint thin out and bond to the sock liner and tongue. That way, when you apply the paint to the fabric material, it will still feel supple and it won't get crunchy due to the cakeness of the paint. And so I'm using electrical tape to mask out the rubber sole. I wouldn't really use electrical tape for any other type of restoration or midsole repaint, since it doesn't really stick to the midsole unless it's rubber. So the only time I would use electrical tape is if it's on rubber soles. So now that we got the uppers prepped up, it's time to remove that factory varnish that is on the leather upper. So we are going to be using straight up acetone and rubbing the uppers lightly so we don't damage the croc print or the leather on the toe box and around the shoe. So by doing this step, we are ensuring that our paint will adhere properly to the leather, since there is no barrier or protection that the leather has already. So we're bonding our paint directly onto the leather and not onto the varnish. So what I'm doing here is I'm taping up the areas I do not want my airbrush to get on. I'm only targeting the white sock liner. I'm also going to be covering up the shoe's footbed so I don't get any paint on the white footbed of the shoe. And all I'm doing is I'm tracing the original insole, cutting it out with tape, and putting it back in the shoe. So when I apply my paintbrush, the only part that gets painted is only the sock liner and nothing else. This is a lot of work, so if you want to skip this step, you could use a spare insole and it'll do the same exact thing. So with my airbrush, I layer my paint about 3 to 4 coats just to get that rich, dark yellow hue that I want instead of this light coat of yellow. So for the back of the tongue, I will be applying the paint directly with the brush so I don't have overspray on the elastic parts of the shoe. So I will be using jet black leather dye to dye the tongue tag. This will not affect the silver threading. The only way it will cover it up is if you put too much. So this is the part where I messed up on. It's such a rookie mistake, and you know, that's something for me to remember next time I do a custom like this. Bro, I was a little upset when I found out that I got a little bit of the jet dye on the upper tongue. I'm like, bro, how the fuck did that happen? So the best I could do now is just learn from my mistakes, knowing not to touch the freshly dyed area, and then another part where you do not want the dye on, obviously, and you know, just make sure I cover it up without making it look too cakey. So now to dye the laces, all I have to do is just use that same mixture I used for the sock liner and tongue, put my laces in there, shake it up, and then let those laces out to dry. And now we're gonna finally apply our paint on the leather upper. It's gonna take about 5 to 7 coats to get you that rich yellow look that looks as close to the canary color as much as possible. It kind of has that yellow mustardy look where it's not too light yellow, but a deep rich yellow. So for me to not get overspray on the matte varnish onto the velcro of the shoes, all I have to do is take the removable swoosh, put it over layers of tape, and in and out is way better than Shake Shack. And so after I lay down my tape and I trace it all out with a pen, I use an X-Acto knife to extract and remove the swoosh, and then I'm able to apply it onto the shoes. real quick, y'all should try a double extra toasted buns, animal style with chilies and chopped up grilled onions. So I will be taping up the tongue and the swooshes because I do not want my matte spray to get on those areas. And do not worry guys, I'm wearing a respirator, and after I'm done spraying this, I have a fan blowing out all of that cancer spray out of the garage door. So we're almost done with this custom. What I'm doing now is I'm going to be dyeing the clear soles black. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys prefer the black soles or the icy blue soles with the canary uppers? Let me know. And shout out to Dark Knight Soul dye. This dye is really good. So here's another area where I fucked up on. I touched the freshly dyed sole. It wasn't captured on camera, but after I was dyeing the sole, I used a blow dryer to accelerate the drying time, but I guess it wasn't fully dry because after handling the bottom sole, I was touching the uppers and some of that dye got on the yellow freshly painted areas. So I'll show you in a little minute what I mean. But right here, what I'm doing is I'm applying a high gloss on the crocodile print just to give that luxurious look, that faux croc, making it look all fancy schmancy. And in just a little bit, I will show you where I messed up on. And I think it's just all about handling the shoes after you've dyed the soles. Because I got black dye on the upper leather and on the sock liner, which sucks because you can't just paint the sock liner yellow after it's been dyed black. It's just forever there no matter what you do. So I hope you guys found this video useful. I know it's not like the perfect custom, but I'm still learning. This is my second custom, and the only way you'll learn is if you fuck up, and I'm glad that I did, so I can learn and you guys will learn from my mistakes. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. And also don't forget to subscribe if you dig what I do.